We have previously seen how to work with Visual Studio 2022 and .NET 10, targeting .NET 10, without ever having to work with Visual Studio 2026, which is the default Visual Studio supported by Microsoft, and it has evolved just this .NET conference, and it is full support for .NET 10. Now, with the Visual Studio Code, I have the same way to work like with CLI and having .NET SDK. So this video precludes that you should have .NET SDK installed, following my earlier video here, and happy to work with CLI commands. And finally, you must have these minimum setup extension for Visual Studio Code to work with C# and .NET, and they are C# DevKit, C# and .NET install tool, and nothing else is mandatory. So I have opened the command prompt, Microsoft Windows, and I will check for .NET version. So I've already got 10. .NET 10 is installed, and I can list the SDK. If it is already installed, then I don't need to list the SDKs, but it's a good practice if you counter check. So now this is the command .NET. This is actually the minus sign, minus list, minus SDKs. The next to 0. Now code dot command will open the Visual Studio Code from terminal window, command prompt. So it did open the Visual Studio Code. Yes, I trust the authors. Okay. And I have created a source repo path for this. So I have changed the directory to my source and repositories. And then I will create a Blazor .NET 10 demo directory. So I've given a make directory command to create a directory at this path, and then change the directory to the path. So I'm already into this path. Now I will load the I open the Explorer and File and open the folder that I have just created. Now you can see that Blazor.NET demo is loaded in my Explorer. So what I will do is I'll open this. At the moment this is empty, nothing is there as a folder content. So I will click Control and backtick, Control and backtick to open the terminal, which you can also open from here, View, here, View Terminal, the same thing. So View Terminal window is open, and just push it up a bit, and I will issue this command minus that, forcing it to .NET 10 target framework, and this should work actually. All right, so template Blazor Server app was created successfully. So you can see I could actually load it just like a Solution Explorer on Visual Studio, and it shows me all the folders and files inside those folders in the .NET 10 app, although it is not .NET 10 app, but I actually created the folder, so it is Blazor.NET 10 app. So what I'm going to do is I will go for the project file. So this is the CS project file. Now here you can see that it is targeting NET 7.0. So here I will fix it to NET 10. So I will actually replace the target framework to NET 10 and then save it, and then indent it a little bit, save it again, and then I will do .NET Restore and .NET Run. So I will NET 10 app. Okay, and then the path was incorrectly printed over here, so it is actually Blazor .NET 10 app, and then .NET Restore. So now it is restoring the .NET. Build succeeded, and then .NET Run. You can see that now listening on HTTP localhost 5127 So I will just follow the link. So control and click. And here it is. It's already showing. So this is the Blazor app, .NET app, a counter working, fetch data also working, weather application. So what happens is that, the way it was done manually, it forces the project to use .NET 10, even if the template does not support it yet. So what I will do, I will just close this application and make some changes. So I've already shown that it is successfully built and targeting .NET framework, and the application is, I can browse to the application running. So now I'll make some small changes, Counter.razor. So what change I'm going to make? I've made two changes. I've made the changes to the title, made it counter revised and increment count by 2. So again, I will run this application, .NET run. So you can see now the counter is incrementing in the steps of 2 rather than 1. Okay. All right. So the title is clearly visible over here, counter revised, and it increments in the steps of 2. Wonderful, isn't it? So everything is successful. We have been able to create a Visual Studio code targeting Blazor in .NET 10, and we've been successfully able to run it and show it working with some minor changes.